Alright, so yesterday I also did a bit of UI design on the website that we have, and yeah, I mean it's still the same thing, but I added a nav bar, right? The user profile just to add the image, stuff like that. Pretty easy. The logout doesn't work yet, but it's a work in progress. And now on the main page we have the list of posts. So to create a post, it's pretty similar to as it was before, but you have to first click on new post. Then let's say we add the title and then the description. Let's say something like my math course notes, right? And yeah, this creates the like the post, right? It says who created it, stuff like that. We already had the information, but I don't think we were displaying it or something. And it was pretty ugly before, but I added tailwind, and yeah, I mean I thought that it might not be that interesting to see doing tailwind. I guess it was just copy pasting from the docs, and yeah, maybe using ChatGPT to generate some stuff. Although I've noticed that ChatGPT is pretty bad at doing tailwind, so I don't know if that's intended or something, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, if we go into the post, right, we can see the title, description, and then the list of documents that we did yesterday. So yeah, initially it says no documents, but if we try to browse the documents, we can add markdown and text files, obviously. So I mean, I think we can add any type of file, but they won't work, I guess. Probably it will crash because of that. So yeah, let's try to use just simple like text files, I guess. So if we add them, I'm not sure how I can make it so that when you click open it does everything. You also have to click on upload. I'll have to think about it because it's 2 steps. It's annoying, but yeah, it adds all of these files, right? It shows the title and the description, and you can delete them. I'll try to do update at some point, like you click on update and maybe you can change the content or something. I think that would be interesting. But I don't know, not really be able to write in here, or I don't know, maybe it makes sense to do that. Allow the user to change this text somehow. So yeah, maybe bring like a pop-up window, and not really pop-up, but the thing that I forgot how it's called in UI, but you know what I mean. It's like a small pop-up, and be able to write in there some text, like maybe the formatting isn't right or something, like the parsing wasn't done correctly on your text, and you can update it. So yeah, and I mean, yeah, you can delete the entire post. I won't do that because, well, maybe we can create a new one, right? And yeah, there was a small bug that when you add, I added that unique constraint on the name of the file, and you wouldn't be able to add the same file twice, but I changed it to be like unique for a post, so you can only add a file once in a post. So if I try to add example again, it won't work. It will say something like document is duplicate, right? So yeah, and I mean, if you delete this, it will also delete the document in cascade, basically. And yeah, if you could delete a user, it will delete all its documents or posts and whatever. So yeah, and I guess the idea for today is to try and implement the LangChain part, right? And for this one, I really think we can try to make use of channels. So my idea is probably running all the documents in parallel won't work, right? And maybe we need to use channels to send all the documents in the channel and then read only one document at a time and embed it basically. So do some kind of multi-producer single consumer thing. And, I mean, we did that in C I think a while ago, so we know how the main idea of multi-producer single consumer works. So I don't think it's gonna be that difficult to use channels, because channels is pretty much that, right? I think that's how it makes sense for me. So yeah, like in our handler probably will have some kind of thing, right? And I think I'll also add a status here or something that says if the document was embedded or converted to embeddings, and maybe a button that allows you to, I don't know, when you click on update it should automatically redo the embedding for it, I think, because you change the text, but that's like in the future. Right now we don't support that. Probably when you do delete, it also has to delete the document. So yeah, let's see how that will work though. So yeah, probably we'll have like a status icon, so like if it's outdated or something. So let's go in the main thing, right? So if we go in our main function where we define all the routes and stuff, also to define a small function map for template. But okay, so right here we have the documents. So when we do get or get all, nothing special. When we create a document, we'll have to send the content of the document through some channel, or I guess not really the document itself, but probably the ID of the document, let's say, right? After it's created in the database, we can send the ID, so we send only one UUID. We don't send that much information through the channel because I don't think it's required. And yeah, also the documents controller also has a repository, so it's easy to not duplicate code. Then when we do a put, again we have to do an update, but we'll see. And when we do delete, we have to delete the document. So I think update, what's gonna do is first it's gonna delete the document from the vector database and then create it. I mean, that's the only logical idea. Now we are gonna try to make it really simple. Like usually I was watching some YouTube tutorials, and people do all sorts of pre-processing on the text, but let's keep it simple and just embed the entire text, like just embed it, and that's the only step that we're gonna do. So, and then save it in PG vector. So yeah, let's see. PostgreSQL PG vector, I guess. Yeah, we'll see how this needs to be integrated, because I'm not sure right now. But let's first of all, let's try to get LangChain into the mix. So for example, we can have like an let me check, embedding service, embeddings.go. package for services. I guess we can try to run this thing just to see if it's gonna work in our main. So let's try to make a main. So testing main.go package main. Well, I guess we can just copy paste this. So we don't have this yet, right? So my guess is that we need to do some go get. Some go get on this thing. So go run. I'm not sure if I need to also, okay, I also need to add LLMs. So to add LLMs. Okay. And I guess it works like that. All right, so I mean the example seems to be working, I guess. So then, as I said, when we do create document, what we might need to do, and yeah, this is also going to be interesting because we're going to have like a channel. Also, I mean the channel is going to be like, you know, dependency on the thing. So here we get the document back, right? Because we created a document, and I guess the document is models document, so it's gonna contain the ID, which is what I think we need, right? It's gonna have the content type and the content in bytes. So it's not that special, right? It's gonna have a binary content and the content type, and I guess we'll check the content type, and if it's not markdown or plain text, we're gonna reject it or something, and maybe print some messages just so we know that, well, you try to, you know, embed this kind of content, and maybe if it's something that we are interested in, we can add support for it, but that's the idea. So let's imagine that we have a channel, right? So let's imagine that we have a channel in this thing. So how can we do that? We can say that documents channel, right, is gonna be a channel of UUID. Does this work? Looks like yeah, it does. So that means we also need a documents channel and the UUID, and here let's put the documents channel. So yeah, let's just imagine that we have it. We'll create it in main, but what we have to do now inside of this thing is this documents channel. I think we need to pass in document ID, right? I think this is how it's supposed to work. And in this example, I see that they do go, so it's like a go routine, right? It goes to execute this. So, I mean, it's pretty funny that, you know, probably they came up with a Go language name after they did this. Pretty sure about that, because it's like go do this, or go format, or go install. Yeah. But I mean, channels are the pipes that connect concurrent Go routines. Yeah, whatever, like that's how we are gonna use it, right? So what I'm thinking is that this handler is gonna be executed in a Go routine, so yeah, I guess. Okay, so the thing is that now if I think about it, in delete, when you delete the document, we are going to need a separate channel for delete document. So it's like documents channel, maybe better name for it would be embeddings queue, or yeah, something like generate embeddings, or I don't know. And the other one would be delete embeddings, or like document created channel. Let's say document created, right? Or I guess it can stay document channel, and maybe you can have like, let's say I was watching this example or something. Wait, what? This is, I don't get the select though. Get zero value when stop ch close to, like what? Oh, I guess this one reads from the channel, right? Or what? No, this reads from stop. Bruh, this is so weird. Yeah, whatever. I can also try go long select. So I guess what the select lets a go routine wait on multiple operations. Oh, so if we have multiple. Okay, so C is a channel, right? So quit is equal to 0. And where, like C, okay, so in C it reads. So in here it writes. Okay, I mean, it's, you know, still pretty weird, but let's try to do this, right? I was just thinking maybe we can send two things in the channel, like the created or the deleted, like with a command or something, have like an enum. Yeah, I guess maybe it makes sense to have something like that. Have like a command and the UUID, right? And maybe we can have create, update, and delete. I don't know, something like that. So document, let's keep it document channel, right? Then document channel, and maybe we can go to models and have something like embeddings.go. Let's have like document Golang enum, I guess. I was pretty sure there are enums. So like this, interesting. I guess we'll have like document command, which is gonna be a struct. Okay, package first, package models. So we might need also like what? I guess document command should have been the it doesn't sound really nice to have 3 channels, would be annoying. Because maybe we care about the order, so yeah. Document, you know, let's just do like document command is gonna be the enum basically, right? I guess. And then we're gonna have const something, so create, I don't know, like create maybe. Document command is gonna be equal to iota, which is like, is gonna increase, right? Then we need update and delete, something like this. Okay. That looks like. And what can work here? Like maybe document. Like how can be the name of this? Like document channel item, right? And it's gonna be like command, document command, and probably the ID of the document with UUID. Think like this. So better than document channel item, right? Document channel item. And now we have the document channel. So in create, do something like, well, models embeddings. I guess let's try to make a new document chain item. So this gets in a command, like C document command. I wanted a document chain item. Well, I guess this needs to be capitalized, right? To be able to access it. C and ID. I guess usually I set ID like this. So okay, and this needs to return documents channel item. So let me just check if document is also like this, right? Yeah, something like this. Oh my god. Okay, so now if we go back to the documents controller, right, we can say new documents channel item, and here we need to pass models.create and document.id, like create, right? We pass something like this in the document channel. Now for update, let's just copy paste this. Here is gonna be updated, so we can just say update, and for delete we are gonna say delete, and we pass in the ID. I don't think we care that much about the project because, you know, we use the ID, so like, yeah. So I mean, I guess, you know, I don't know if it makes sense to use the post slug, because it's pretty much useless. Like, the ID is gonna be unique, so don't really need it. Like, sure, get post here makes sense, but just to make sure that I don't really remember that. I guess we had the same post as the post that's on the document itself, because you can have like random shit. So let's just say that made sure that we had the right stuff, but I think it's enough to have just the ID in this thing. Like for update, for instance, you could send any post slug, so you can change the post for a document, right? But we made sure that we set this as the where was it? Here, instead of the one that's on the body, because, you know, you can change the stuff. We don't really want that. So yeah, delete also works. So we have this channel now, right, for documents. Well, let's create it in main, as well, in the main file. Here it's gonna complain that there's no channel there. So if we go in here, we can actually create it, right? So I'll go here, document channel. We can actually do make channel models dot document channel item, and we can pass it here, document channel. But this creates it like for a size of 1, right? so we need to do like 100 or something to specify size, like 128 maybe, and how big it needs to be honest. But yeah, like now we created a channel here, right? And what we need now is the embedding service. So let's copy paste this embeddings service. This is embeddings service, and it's gonna need the documents repository for getting the content, and the document channel for reading single, like let's say document or something. So yeah, I guess we can, yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe I'll keep it here, but we are gonna need function on it, or a method that's gonna be like go embeddings service dot listen or something, I don't know, right? Like something like this, which is gonna run on a separate thread, and it's gonna continuously listen for the document channel or something like that, the same way they do it here. So that's what I think how it works. Channel buffering is the next one. That's interesting. So here it made a channel, bigger channel. Channel synchronization. That's useful. Go worker, and here it passes the channel. So okay. So it's like this is what we have, right? We do some work. Basically, we save the item in the database, and then we set it, and then we want to read it in another thread. That's kind of the idea. Channel directions. So this is like, oh, what? So here it made a channel. Let's see. It made a channel. You can specify if a channel is meant to only send. Okay, so that's pretty neat. So yeah, because we actually want that, right? So let's say we go here. We want this channel to only read, right? Or I guess to only write. So if we look on these, they write into the channel. So that's I guess what this arrow means, this annotation here. Right, it's gonna be read only, and in our embeddings we want to only read from it. So, yeah, ping pong. Okay, next one is select. Here we have function, another one. Yeah, I mean, I'd be interested in what's this thing, weight group. This is like an example of, I don't know, doing the receiver. But yeah, let's not go that deep. Let's see what's the next example is. Timeouts. Sure, I guess we'll see if anything. Non-blocking, so channel. This is like case. range over channel. So where is that? Really, I don't see it. It's like what, the for loop? Oh no, wait, the next one. This is closing a channel. So yeah, I mean closing, we don't care about closing. So range over a channel. Okay, so I guess range over a channel, it automatically closes it or something. Timers, tickers. Okay, I don't think worker pools. Okay, so let's see. So we have like a worker, right? Like this is the idea for us, right? So these are gonna be the jobs for us. The jobs are gonna be the documents, right? Also can have result, sure, to make sense. Kind of makes sense, right? If we want to do something with the result, but let's just say that we don't care about the result. We just print it to test out if it's an error. So yeah, here it makes the worker, right? And then creates the jobs. Also closes the jobs, but don't think we want to close the channel, right? So yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do range over. Like it would, I mean, we'll see. Maybe it makes sense to do it like that. And the only thing is, if we range over a channel and we don't close it, we hit a block. I mean, that would be nice, right? To block on the next read or something. Anyway, let's see weight groups. So weight groups. Okay, weight group is like a barrier, or like, right, it's like a barrier. Right, or something like that. Like here is gonna wait for all of them to finish, right? So yeah, it's like a barrier. Rate limiting. Okay, let's not go that deep though. Let's, I guess, just like worker pools is probably enough. Although I think we're gonna have only one worker, I don't really think multiple workers really matter. So, but yeah, it's really interesting how if you look at it, there's no mutex, right? It's like it just works. So yeah, pretty nice. Anyway, what we need to do now is create this embedding service. I mean, let's call it worker then. Right. I was just like, should the worker have, no, doesn't matter. So this is gonna be like worker. Maybe it gets in an ID for some reason. But other than that, yeah, I don't think. I think the channel should be sent here. So let's try to make it. So let's go into services. We have the embeddings, right? Package. and let's work a bit on it. So embeddings service is gonna be an interface, and it needs a worker. Right, something like that. And then let's say we have type embeddings service, it's going to be a structure, and it needs well, we can steal from you know, the, well, actually documents is here. Okay, take that, and this channel should be like output channel, right? That's the thing. Okay, the next one is to actually create new embeddings service, right? And we just need to return this stuff. So the repo, we don't care about it, and the channel needs to be like this. Okay, we need to implement the worker method now. And to do that, let's just add worker. Okay, so like judging by this one, I think we want to do like a for loop over the channel, so over this documents channel. Let's say D, whatever. Right, do we have a switch in this thing? Yeah, so switch D dot command. So models dot create, right? Case models dot update. And then default is gonna be like or like log dot well, printf maybe makes more sense to be able to say like unknown command \n d command or something. Wait, it's already right. Okay, anyway, so yeah, and basically I think we should get calls right now, right? If we try to add a new thing, because we called the worker. So I think yeah, this should probably give us the create. So fair enough, we can have like stuff like function on this embedding service, like create embeddings, and let's say this method gets the UUID of the document. It is the other way around, am I right? Something like this. Now the issue is worker, I think it needs a context or something, because our repository needs context, right? So it kind of needs here a context. The same way as documents repository needs a context for all of that. So it's not pointer, it's just simple. Okay, right, I think it needs a context. And also create returns stuff, or I guess not necessarily create, but get returns error. So maybe we want to return error in here or something. I don't know what we can return yet. So let's just say this dot create embeddings c and d dot id document id, and we have to break, right? Okay, and here we need to say c context, right? This thing doesn't do anything yet, so let's just get print ln, or I guess printf, creating embeddings for, I don't know how that shit's printed, so let's do string id. Bruh, like, come on. Okay, I mean, whatever. If it's a warning, then I don't care. Okay, so now that this is running, if we go in here and we try to upload our file.txt, well, not really. I see. It's interesting. Do we have any errors inside of air? Go build. Oh yeah, in main. Check. So this one needs a context, right? Because the easiest way to do it is something like context dot background, right? Now we can pass C in here. Not sure if that's the best way, but okay, anyway, like doing delete on these. Still didn't at least display that. Oh, creating embeddings for, so seems like it's working, right? Let's see. I was like, it didn't show here anything, but let's see how Golang switch, like, does it fall through? Oh, you have to, oh my god, you have to say fall through, am I right? Is that a thing? Fall through. It's not like the, right, it's not like a normal switch. Oh, I mean, it's better, to be honest, because usually people forget about the break, and that's fine. Okay, So this actually works, like it creates, like it calls this thing, right? So, what's next is getting the document. So let's say something like, oh, document, maybe error is gonna be equal to documents repo.get document. But here I need looks like I need, why do I need a project slug? Okay, let's go to documents controller. That's a bit annoying that we need the project or post slug. So yeah, sure, why not? Let's add it, post slug. Don't really care about it. To be honest. So post slug is gonna be, well, I'll just call it slug. And here is a comma, okay. So yeah, now let's go through the errors. So yeah, like it's a bit pointless. Let me think about it. So get. I mean, it's a bit pointless to also require the slug, but like the issue is in the API route itself, because we said this, like we can do it like this probably and it will still work because the document doesn't really, but you know, it is what it is, whatever. Let's not really go that deep. So right, like here we also need document post, and here do we need what? We need a slug. Like maybe in the future there'll be some relation between the post and the document or something, between the course that you make or whatever. Right now I call it post just for whatever reason. So we can put here the post slug. So okay. Alright, so we get the document back. And let's take like this thing with the error. So obviously if we have an error, I would probably do something like printf error getting the document with ID, and maybe also showing the error or something. So okay, so now what can we do with the document? Would be interesting if we can have a switch document dot content type. I think that would be kind of interesting. can we have something like content type? No. Well, we can have type content type is going to be a string, and then we can have stuff like plain content type, text plain or something, right? Then markdown is going to be equal to text markdown, I guess. Something like this. And now we have this plain markdown. Yeah, no, let's just hard code everything in here. Like if it's text plain, or case text mark down, right? We do the same thing, and on default log.print f. Like on the default case we can say something like content type not supported, and actually display the content type. Like this, and then return, because we don't want to continue. So let's take a look again in document in the models, because here we had this parse. Oh, parse is just converting to string. Actually, what if we do just parse on the document and we put the logic in here? So we can have something like content is equal to document dot parse content, right? And as I said, we don't even throw errors or stuff. We just say, like, worst case scenario, we get okay, this content type, and like I said, worst case scenario, we do empty string, right? How can I do something interesting? For example, fall through here. Would this work? Like if it's text plain, fall through, right? The next one, fall through. Let's see if there is an example. I mean, to me it makes sense, to be honest. Hopefully formatting doesn't, okay, like that would be crazy to change the order of the switch. But now we get the content, right? Now we get the content, so let's see what we can do. Well, for example, we can call to completions, but something more cool is embeddings. Okay, actually, let's just see this. So, right, we can go in the main again, and let's create the LLM here. We created it. Let's say if we get an error, it's GG. I mean panic error. We have the context, obviously. Well, yeah, I like the name, rename CTX. Okay, so then we can actually use it, right? Then we can actually use it. So I would use the element in this embeddings service. So let's put the LLM here, right? I think it makes sense. So LLM is gonna be, now I don't know the type. What is this? Ollama LLM. Yeah, this sucks. Because I hoped that LLMs, like we have an interface. Right. Like this call or generate content or embeddings, create embeddings. Shouldn't here be like an interface? Okay, kind of is, but not all of them have embeddings, I guess. So not all of them have embeddings, so yeah. Then it needs to be ollama LLM. Okay. LLM, ollama LLM, and let's pass it in here. Yeah, like, you know, making it more generic, I was hoping. For example, switching between OpenAI, ollama, stuff like that easily, right? But we need the embeddings, and okay, so let's say that we do embeddings, probably with error is gonna be this dot create embeddings and and I guess create embeddings takes in a context and input texts. Okay, so it's gonna be like, yeah. Let's say we are gonna put in here context, so context is C, and how do you make a list? Like content, this, because, you know, like just content, oh, it needs to be a list. Do I have to do like this? Okay, yeah. And embeddings is gonna be, you know, yeah, that's interesting because it means that we can actually generate, I don't know though. We can fmt.println embedding just to see what they are. All right, curious. So let's say that we delete this one, we upload one, I'd say that maybe we have an error or something. Oh yeah, go build. What's the error? On main. So cannot use because it's a pointer. Let's see. Then, you know, just add the star. Should be enough. Okay, whatever. So okay, that works. And if we try again to upload the example, it gives us the embeddings, which is looks like it's an array of like a list of lists, right? And it contains some numbers. Pretty interesting, like pretty useless for now. And I guess the next step is PostgreSQL pg vector. Like this is the next step. And like adding pg vector. It looks like it's an extension or something. So is there like a Docker thing? So we have like pg vector. And, you know, we already had like this Docker file, which I guess, you know, oh, sudo apt install. I mean, come on, dude, that's exactly what we need. So let's put like a slash PostgreSQL contrib, and let's add. Can we do it like this? That's the real question. So pg vector whatever, but Docker PostgreSQL. I'm curious if like is version 16 the latest or what? Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay, let's see if it works just like this. To add pg, like the extension, whatever. So docker build. Okay, so it doesn't like that. Then do I really have to say 16 here? Let's do, like if I do this, it's gonna, okay, yeah, luckily Postgres is pretty small, so it's not gonna take that long, right? Anyway, so let's see how we can actually use it. So we need to create the extension for vector. Let's go into our migrations, and you know, obviously we are gonna, if not exists, vector, and let's also drop the vector extension. Right, like, come on. Big serial embedding. Okay, so we need a new table. Looks like, I mean, obviously we need a new table. That's for sure. So let's go into our web app. Right, so in the web app. What? Did. Okay, so I guess country doesn't care about it. No, just Docker build it. Alright, so where were we here? So inside of embeddings, we need to create our let's say model for the document, and I guess how we are gonna do that is document embedding document embeddings, right? And let's say the alias is D or whatever. So obviously we'll have an ID. It's like we don't have an option. Don't think we care about the file name or content type or content. Maybe created at. It's why not? And I think we want document ID. It's gonna be UID, and let's say document ID. Sure, it has to be unique, I think. Right, it has to be unique. Like one document is gonna have one embedding, so it's a one-to-one. Okay. All right, so that's how we have this thing. Now inside of document, obviously, and posts. I mean, I don't think I want to have this kind of stuff, the relation. Like I don't want to put the embeddings in the yeah, let's not do that. Let's keep the thing simple. And now this is gonna be interesting. So we're gonna have the embeddings, right? It should be float 32. Right, so that's the type, right? Bun embeddings. The type, it looks like it's vector, but it needs a dimension or something, right? Looks like it needs a dimension. Not null. It doesn't make sense to be null. And the JSON is gonna be embeddings. Alright, looks like something worked. Okay. Now the question is, how big is the ollama embeddings? Wait. Like the llama 2 embeddings. Now what we can do is just copy paste this one. Let's go into Python. Bruh. Dude. What? What do you mean? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, it's like without spaces. Okay, let's do G. Substitute everything, and now we can go back to Python, right? So we can say axis is equal to dude, I'm not gonna, Jesus Christ. Okay, we don't have to, easy. Now we can see the length of axis. It's gonna be 1, but what if we take the first element? 496. So this is the length of our vectors, right? 496. Now this is gonna be interesting. Like, since it's hard-coded, it's no, pretty interesting. Not sure though. Create a vector column with three dimensions. So yeah, I mean 4096 dimensions. That's, am I right? Yeah, should be. That's the logical idea. And then we can select and stuff. Okay, I mean, this is pretty interesting. Let's just follow the example. So this thing built, right? It means we can run it. Seems to be running. So we have this embeddings model, right? It's flow32, and here we have the stuff. So let's see if it's going to work. I mean, it's one-to-one, but not really, right? Because yeah, this has a reference to document, but document doesn't have a reference to this, so it's not one-to-one. This can be missing, that's the point. It's missing until it's gonna be computed. So let's go into our migrations and let's add a table for it. So we need to create a table. Let's do models, document embeddings, and it has a foreign key in document ID. It references documents ID, right? That's the thing that it needs. And embedding. Okay, document embedding. So yeah, I think this is document embedding. Looks like it has document ID and it references the ID from document, right? Yeah. This looks good to me. So go run. Let's init. Seems like it worked. And if we do migrate, seemed to also work for some reason. For some reason it also worked. So now it means, let's try to go to the services for embeddings, right? And in here, when we have the embeddings, right, we print them, but how about storing them in the database? That means we also want a repo for our stuff. Yeah, let's embeddings.go. Let's copy paste. Oh, and no, actually, no, we have like embedding repository. I think we have a few queries, like we have create, obviously. Like we don't really care about get though. I don't know. We'll see. Let's just keep create for now. So let's delete everything else except create, because we'll have these like distance queries and stuff, so it's also gonna be required. So we are gonna have create, which takes in embedding, an embedding. Here it takes like this thing, right? So it's gonna be like document ID, embedding. We can also have a function, new document embedding, and it should take in document ID and embeddings, right? So UID, it is float 32, and it should return document embedding. Document ID is gonna be ID, and embeddings is gonna be embeddings. Oh, I forgot, here it's document embedding. So yeah, exactly, that's how we can create a document embedding. So embeddings, let's just like this. No, nah, it's not enough text to make it worth it. New embeddings repository. Right, and this should be create embedding, and let's replace everything. So why does it complain? Oh, because yeah, that's the wrong function. So for the output should be document embedding, and let's say that we want to insert the embedding. Okay, I mean, come on now. Oh, I want to say what's the error now, but obviously. So yeah, looks like this is how we are gonna create an embedding, right? So if we go back to embedding service, we'll need this thing, and let's add it right here. Okay, now if we go to main, it's gonna complain that we don't have it. So that's embeddings repository, and let's pass in the DB. It's new, a new one, right? So yeah, now it looks like should be able to do it. So this dot embeddings repo, create embeddings. This actually needs context, and we need to do models, new document embedding, and for this one we need to pass in the ID and the embedding. So ID, this is gonna be embeddings 0, right? So embedding service is gonna do something like this, right? We don't really care about this guy, but we still return it, why not? So if we have an error, we need to error saving the embeddings for document with ID, whatever. And there's also another error here. Error generating embeddings for document with ID. So yeah, but yeah, this should save the embeddings and stuff. That's pretty neat. For now we don't do update or delete, so let's, oh, like I guess at this point, being honest, probably making use of Copilot would help, because like we already, well, the only problem is that it already made a mistake, I think. Repositories, usually I like to pass in the ID in update like this, right? And we can also make get embeddings. I don't think we need a get all, doesn't really make sense. So get embedding, no, what? Why wouldn't it make sense to do it like this? Am I right? Embedding and error, and then you only have to say error is equal to and then return, right? Okay, what's the issue? How I copy pasted that though. Okay, let's do update. Is this, yeah, usually I do it like that. So new update embedding. I think it also looks like it should probably look at my other code, so I think it's fine. Oh, another one that would be interesting is get embedding for document, right? So get embedding for, and this is gonna be the document ID, because maybe we want that option, right? Like for the UI. So yeah, just to show that, you know, status that I talked about in the beginning. So, and for delete, it's just gonna do something like this. Yeah, like it really looks like it copied from my code. I don't know though. Okay, and another one that I think would be really cool to have is gonna be this comparison. Get the nearest neighbors. So I have no idea what it returns though, so search vectors, stuff. Okay. I mean cosine distance. Get the nearest neighbor to a row. Well, I kind of want it to be with this. Get distances, okay. I guess something like this probably makes sense. Select from items order by, and you give it the kind of computation to do. I personally think cosine distance should be, wait, distances, so for cosine similarity use 1 minus, makes sense. Okay, so let's see. No, initially let's just try to do this thing. So like get embeddings for document, this gives us, you know, the status, okay, and get distances. So let's say we get distances, right? We have to pass in the context, obviously, right? Pass in the context. I would also say that we need to pass in the array. Okay, so embedding is gonna be a float 32 and maybe a limit int, and this should give us a list. Or is it like get not really distances, it's more like get suggestions or something. Get similarity, similar, get similar embeddings, get similar embeddings. That should be placed in. Okay, so it's a function for this embeddings repository, get similar embeddings. So something like this, right? Let's see if okay, I mean it's exactly like here, right? So new select model where this does limit, but it doesn't do the sorting. So new select where this, like, that's not good, it's order by. So we need to select everything. Order expression. Oh my god, that's really good. Yeah, right, yeah, that's really nice, because I was really thinking how can we order by that. if it has order expression, that's really nice. Okay, so yeah, I guess this would make this one almost complete, probably. I don't know. So let's go back to the embeddings. Here we create embedding. Yeah, we just create it. I guess we might need a way to say be able to retrieve embedding, because would be pretty annoying to have to, so like a function here that gives us the similar document IDs or something like that in order. No, like embeddings service should have a function get similarities, right? It needs a string, I would say, like a query, which is going to be a string, a limit for the number of stuff, sure, and what should we get as the response? The IDs, document embeddings. To be fair, I would say you know, like also including this score would be nice, but like, you know, that's something that's gonna stay in the makings, let's say. So sure, why not? Let's return document embeddings. Maybe in the future we change it to ID and score or something. Yeah. So we'll be able to say get similarities, and then using the IDs from here we'll get the documents or some bullshit. So get similarities, right? MI, right? Function embedding service. Boom. So what do we need to do here is to run the LLM to create embeddings, right? If error is not nil, let's say this is embeddings and this is the error, and we say something like yes, right? Embeddings is equal to an empty list. Here we put a query, we generate yes or whatever. In case it's an error, we just return. And then we need to use the repo to get the similarities, right? And we get this stuff using the limit. Yeah, I think this looks decent. Get the similarities. Now we just need an API to run this thing. Have like an embeddings controller, which is gonna use get similarities. So let's see. Let's go into the controllers, embeddings, go. can just copy paste this one for the time being. So embeddings controller, and in here we just need get similarities or something. So no, not this one, it's the embedding service. I think we just need get similarities, or like search or something. Not sure yet, but let's say we need a gene context and get similar documents or something. Get similar documents, right? Okay, and we're gonna have embeddings controller. It's gonna require a documents repo just to get the documents, and it's also gonna require an embeddings controller. So let's just keep a single function for now. New embeddings controller, perfect. Embeddings controller, and yeah, let's leave Copilot handle it. It's good for copy pasting, right? And now get similar documents. So we'll need the query that we sent, and this is going to give us the query. Then we need a limit, which I don't know how to make it. Oh, not required. Wait, param is just string. Okay. Oh, it's not param, it's query. And get query. Okay, let's do get query because Jesus. Oh my fucking, oh, I pressed caps lock. So get query is gonna return us whether it exists or not. So manu. Okay, so exists, right? I guess it's more like okay. So if not okay, then bad request and whatnot, like query is required pretty much. Then limit okay, this is gonna give us a string. If not okay, let's say limit str. Limit is equal to 0, and I guess if okay, let's try to parse it or something. But, a to integer, right? I guess. Oh, is it shadowed? Hope not. Looks like it is shadowed though. Damn, that sucks. So can we do that though? Maybe say something like limit error in. Okay. yeah, whatever. So bro, I'm stuck on this shit, really. Jesus. Okay, so we have the query and the limit, so we can actually just call to embeddings. Wait, what? We don't have embeddings. Why did I call it controller? To be honest, no one knows. Should be a repo. Okay. Oh, and at the end here, like, what the fuck? No, wait. I'm curious what it's not liking here. So it's get similar document. Oh. Yeah, get similar document. So here we need to get embeddings, which is gonna be just document embeddings, right? And this should be service though. Okay. And let's change this to services and stuff, because that's what we actually need. Let's delete the shit. And here we need to call the service with query and stuff. So this gives us the list of document embedding. I'd say that we need to take this list. So documents is gonna be like a list of documents, and we need to arrange the embeddings. So to go over the embeddings, right, get the document by the ID, add it to the list, and that should be it, I guess. Something like that. So if error is not nil, then oh, and this thing sucks though. Let's go to the other controller. I mean, I would say abort with status JSON. Parameter query. Okay, so nice. JSON. Limit parameter must be whatever. Yeah, whatever. And here it complains that it's what it needs the UID of the project, and that fucking sucks. So like at this point I would say that like, we don't really need that project ID or post ID or whatever, the slug, the snail. It really sounds like a snail. Name of that. So yeah, let me just remove, or I don't even know, to be honest. Like, it's still a good check that you made the request in the right. Oh, you know what? Get similar document. Let's make it work only for posts. So if we go into the controller for documents, let's read this thing. Let's say that you have to call get similar shit on a post. Like you cannot, like that's how the query is gonna look like, right? So that we make sure that you know. Oh, yeah, because get similarities right now, it doesn't really care about the post, so we need a slug uid.uid. Right, we need this stuff in our query. So here we need to also pass the slug, right? Get similar embeddings. It needs to be for a specific project, because otherwise it will try to get embeddings from everywhere. So where, whoa, my god. Okay, let's think about it. So our table for a document has this, right? But we don't have a post ID, so we need to join. Okay, let's see. Can Copilot save us? Join on. I mean, it is kind of okay, join on. Okay, actually in join on we just need to give it the expression it looks like. So wait, how does join on work? Bound join on or whatever. Oh, we'll be able to say relation, right? Oh, makes sense. So we can just say relation. Wait, what? So, okay, makes sense. So embedding. Then let's make it a bit simpler for us. So let's say here document is gonna be pointer to document, and probably it's not really belongs to, but has one, right? Has one. So our user has a profile, so the embedding has a document, just like that, and it needs to join on document ID and equal to ID and JSON document. Okay, fair enough. So then in this one we can say like relation, right? Relation document, and we can exclude it. Like we don't really care if we exclude it. Whoa, now that's not really good. So relation document, right? Where post slug. We'll see if this actually works, because I'm not sure if I have to so this is like this, like ID refers to what basically. So author ID and whatever from books users as author, but why is it called author? No idea. Oh, this is a model, okay. Relation, okay, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I just wanted to see like where does it, oh, okay, like where does it take the name, this name from? So I guess we can refer to books. Wait, again here, like no idea if this is gonna work like this. Like maybe here I need to say document or something, but I already have like alias is D for document. Hopefully it works like this. Let's see. So like now the similarity also takes in the post ID basically, so that you know, we only look at embeddings for a certain post. We don't look at all of them, so that we can, you know, have like courses and stuff. So these repositories basically get similarities, now should get the slug, right? So it searches in this post for this query, this number of documents. Should be working now. So let's see. I mean, again, this slug right here is pretty useless, but here it's useful. So let's go into main, see if we have any errors here. Not really, but we need to add our authorized get API embeddings slug, and we need embeddings controller. So embeddings controller, it needs documents repo, so documents repository, embeddings service, and what else? Oh, that's it. Okay. Okay, and the function is get similar documents. So now we can actually just make a get request to that. Okay, let's actually just restart the database. Let's see if we have any errors. Okay, so in embedding, in which one? Services embeddings. Oh, missing comma. All right. So let's see if we still have any errors. We don't, but let's init and then migrate. Right. So now we can start our server. Okay, let's go home. User not, I mean, you know, the user is deleted, so we have to log in first. Right. It brings us here. We can add math, some description, right? and let's add our 3 files. So it added them. I mean, seems like nothing showed any errors, so maybe it's everything's working, hopefully. Yeah, I should have added a get embeddings endpoint just to see if we actually have them. I guess where it is. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's just for small brain people. We are pretty sure that it's gonna work first try. Like that's how we roll around here. So let's see. So we have like today I learned. I'll try what I learned today or something. Let's see. So let's do a curl. Right, the better should still work, I think. So it's a get request, right? It's a get to API embeddings. Then we need to pass in the project. So let's say it's this one. And then we need a query. Right, so query is gonna be equal to, let's say first, let's do hello. Let's not do anything fancy. Doesn't like something. I guess what? Bruh, like what? Do I really need to escape it? Dude, what the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? Let's do limit is equal to 1. So it gives us only 1. So it's file.txt. And let's do... Hopefully it works with quotation marks, because what I learned today. Otherwise I have to... Okay, let's do Python import URL lib.encode or what? Bruh. They're like, come on. Python URL lib encode URL. Like I just need to encode URL. No, URL encode. So import this biatch. URL lib parse encode. So what I learned today. What did I learn again? Oh. Bruh, like what the... Dude, come on. Okay, I mean, let's try this one. Like, I just want to make it, you know, how it shows it in the browser. Okay, so... maybe? Holy shit. Example.md. That's the best one, right? Bro, it works. What the actual fuck? Let's say... oh my god, I fucked it. Anything special? Something special? Question mark? This one, I mean, you know, it's which is my other example. Let's say which is my other example. I mean, you know, these files are pretty trash. I just need something better, but let's try to GitHub math markdown. Let's see if there is like anything math related to math course. Like I just need in some documents. Which is the no. I really thought. Well, I mean, you know, Wikipedia multiplication or something. Let's see that multiplication. And let's try to copy paste some stuff from here. With no idea, dude. Like, this is the hardest part though. Bro, I just want to freaking copy this. Okay. So, let me just documents. Let's make a directory for examples. Multiplication.md. Okay, then let's try addition. Again, just copy paste some stuff. Let's do like logarithm to make it a bit. Let's copy paste more stuff. Logarithm. Okay. And what else? I have no idea about math, dude. Integrals. Come on, dude. Just copy paste some stuff. Integral.md. Okay, and that should be good enough, I think. Let's go back to our math. So this is like math example. So let's do what I don't even know, like calculus. Is it called when you calc 3 course something? So let's add here from examples. Let's add all of them. Right, a bunch of stuff. So what would be now really cool is to have like a split somehow, and on the right side have like a search, like, you know, google.com or something, like, because if you put it at the bottom or at the top it would look ugly. So yeah, but let's try to search into this. What is logarithm? Holy shit, dude. What is logarithm? How about what is how to add numbers? How to add numbers? Didn't really work. How to multiply numbers? And this one's good. Oh, what I'd change though from similarities. What the fuck is it? Oh, in the repo. Here. How about trying 1 minus and doing the cosine? Right, like that was another one from them, right? The cosine distance, but you have to use 1 minus. Oh, and it's 1 minus the result of that. Obviously, the order of operations probably matter. So if we try how to multiply two numbers, can't really get how to add two numbers. Okay, this doesn't. For inner product. Okay, I mean, you know, seems to work fine with I mean, seems to work better with this, but yeah, we get the document. That's pretty nice. Like, I mean, how to add numbers. That's the stupidest example. Like, the logarithm one gives us the stuff about logarithm, multiplication. Yeah, so pretty neat. Pretty neat. Now, yeah, I mean, there are still quite a few changes that I would do, but I think it's a pretty good checkpoint, let's say. So we added basically this endpoint where we put the slug of a post. So like, for example, we have calculus, whatever, math, and we can search in the documents from here. Right, like that's the idea for a query. Pretty decent. And like that's usually called retrieval. Well, I mean, you know, to do retrieval augmented generation, I think you also need another step, which is taking the content and generating a response based on the content. So I think that's also a step usually in a RAG. But yeah, we have a search now, so you know, maybe a better name would be better, like search. And yeah, like what we added was, oh, just the post, so we don't have yet update or delete. But when you post to this thing, it creates a new embedding. Now when we are gonna do update, we are gonna update that embedding, like just replace it, whatever, and delete is gonna delete it. And yeah, basically I wanted to do this mainly to be able to use channels, right? Because we are gonna run, where is it? A worker, right? And when we create a document, we are gonna just put in this channel the document that we want to create, right? So, and then the embedding service, which is gonna run on this worker, is gonna listen on that channel for commands. So when it's gonna do create, it's gonna create, right? I mean, sure, we can easily just add update embedding. So we get a document, we parse the content, we generate embeddings. It's the same thing as here, and then we call to update, which oh, it exists, huh? Perfect then. So we just update, right? So this update, and for delete function, for delete we just call to delete embedding on the repo, so that's pretty easy. I mean, I was thinking that update is gonna do delete and then create, but yeah, it also works like this. I don't see an issue. So yeah, now we also are able to delete them. So for example, let's save it, and let's make sure that it compiles. Okay, so if for example you want to delete, let's say integral, you click on delete, it's gone. Should also be gone from the embeddings themselves. So if we, which was the one with how to add numbers, was the one that was showing integral, right? So now it shows addition, right? So yeah, like integral is gone. How to do integrals, it doesn't know about that, right? So it forgot about the integrals. So yeah, that's pretty neat. Again, we just need to add update to do some stuff, and I want to get rid of this upload button. Just when you click on this and you do open, and how to do integrals, now it found it, and yeah, now it found the file. So yeah, basically that's the idea, and you'll be able to like add your courses, right, in this, and then you'll have like a search thing, like in Google search for like, I mean, you know, you can back in my day we were opening the PDFs and doing Control F. I mean, we still, I mean, it's, yeah, then Control Fing it and searching for the stuff like the questions. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess it's a pretty good place to stop. So yeah, we'll see in the next one when we're gonna do some more embedding stuff. So see you.